Welcome from America. So this is a different time for me to broadcast. I'm on American time now. So let's do an American broadcast. I'll wait and see if anybody joins me. I know nobody in the Philippines will be watching this because it's like 2 or 3 in the morning. I don't think anybody's aware of the fact of me broadcasting at this time. Oh, there's 28 people. Someone's here. What's up, Jeff? There's my buddy in Canada. How are you? All right. So we got 34 people with us right now. Cool. What's going on, Running Man? Greg. Checking in from Summerlin. Okay, I'll be in Vegas next week. Still working on that schedule. What a deal. Flying over here, what a deal. Flying back, what a deal. All this COVID stuff makes you nuts. Let me see what's I am good. I have been here now 4 or 5 days, I guess. Had an opportunity to see my father. I don't know if anybody got the interview that I did with my dad. It was awesome. And then yesterday I had lunch with my friend Sheldon. We went to the world's greatest hamburger joint that he's been researching for a year. Nobody's watched that video. I don't blame you. It has nothing to do with the Philippines, so why would you, right? And this is my sister's house. I'm staying with her. She's been kind enough to extend some hospitality her brother's way. And we've been hanging out and doing stuff. And I tell you, life is good. Oh, good. I got a 5x5. Awesome. San Diego's in the house. Cool. It's almost 1. That's early morning here. I don't know where you are. I don't know. I forget what time is it. It's 1:45 in the morning in the Philippines right now. That's what my computer says. I think it's about 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning here now. Morning, James. Good morning, Scott. Thanks for joining in. Sweden's in the house. Awesome. So this is the first time I've ever broadcasted at this time. It's also the first time I've ever broadcasted from anywhere other than my little house back up in Appalong. From down under, what's going on, Daddy-O? Well, I'm just taking care of business, you know. I did, what did I do? I set up a virtual mailbox, which I wanted to do. So I've got that handled. I've got a Las Vegas phone number to go along with the Las Vegas address, but I've still got to tweak that. I signed up with T-Mobile just so I had for $60 for 1 month, just so I had something to do here. Got me online all over the country, roaming, and a phone number. So I've been able to get in touch with people. And right now I'm trying to schedule a bus trip from here to Vegas, and then from Vegas back to here. And I have to schedule it around one of those RCT or whatever they're called tests, where they go up the nose to get on the plane. I've got to do that 48 hours before boarding the plane, but it might be 48 hours before they get the results. So my sister and I are researching some places here in the Coachella Valley that maybe, since money talks, we can go in and get that test done on Monday or Tuesday, because I get on the flight Wednesday. So a lot of stuff you got to do with this COVID just to get on an airplane, man, and get back in the country. Yeah, thank you very much for that. My father's awesome, huh? I went over there a day before yesterday, and I was going to do another interview, but he has onset dementia, and you wouldn't know it from the video. And I just caught him on a good day. And then day before yesterday, I went over and saw him, and we had a great conversation. I recorded our conversation, but it's not something that I'm going to post. It's just conversations between him and I. Part of my little video diary, the collection that I have. And he wasn't doing that good as far as his memory goes. He's still strong and everything, but I can tell by looking at him how his body language is, you know, in the chair, how he's feeling. Blood sugar issues. You're there in Louisiana eating lunch. Your first chat. Well, welcome on, Paul. What's going on, Chuck? How are you? Hey, Tams. Yeah, right. Oh, you wish you could get over here, but you're working. I'm sorry. That's too bad. We're going to have a meet and greet today at 3:00 at a place called Cactus Jack's. And so I think 4 or 5 guys so far have confirmed that they're coming, which would be awesome. And I brought Gaylord. So anybody that wants a selfie with Gaylord is going to be in good shape. Yeah, you are. Go figure, me being here at this time, right? What's going on, Ricky? Massachusetts, nice to see you, Robert. Is it windy in Vegas? You know what I'm afraid of? It's supposed to be windy here today. So far, so good. I'm looking outside, and it's just as still as can be. Perfect weather. It's been in the 70s here. Toronto, welcome to you, Dan. Thanks for coming along, man. He is. Thank you, Spencer. He did really good for 97. Doing better than me. The rover has returned. Vancouver Island. All right. Hi. Oh, I wish I knew your name, but hi over there in Oregon. Yeah, if you guys want to meet a handsome kid, all right, you go watch the hamburger video. It's with my friend Sheldon. Sheldon and I worked together, I think, back in the late 90s. So what is that, 20 some odd years ago? And he was 22 years old when I first met Sheldon. And him and I just had a great time. He was one of those guys, you know, at work that I bonded with. And he was in his 20s. I guess I was in my 40s. And it was kind of at the peak of business back then. And so we had a nice chat. He's going to come back. I think when I get back from Vegas, I'm going to try to do an interview with him if time permits. He's really an interesting, fun, good kid, good guy. Yeah, hi, Greg. I'll tell my sister you said hi. Hey, Paul, have you been having a good time with your dad? That's great. Enjoy and God bless. Thank you very much, Harry. Yeah, it's good to see him after all these years. I'm 2 years behind. Let's see. I just booked my return flight to Manila. I return on the night of March 31st. Good on you, Steve. I'm going back the 23rd, all things being equal. How are you, Wayne? Wayne from Maine. Yeah, BK, what's up? Did you do a video of your travels? Well, yeah, to some degree. I've only done a couple of videos since I've been here. It's been hectic, as you can imagine, trying to get caught up with personal stuff. Jet lag was a mother. I still think it's tomorrow. And so I did a video with my dad. I did a video with my friend Sheldon. I want to do a wrap-up video. I'm actually waiting to get to Vegas to do like a talking head video as far as my impression of America and the comparisons between here and the Philippines. The where I'm staying at right now is really this small pocket of type of people. It's not indicative of America here in the Coachella Valley. It's a very wealthy community. There's a lot of very wealthy people that are snowbirds that come down here during the winter. I haven't seen one car that sells for less than $80,000. There's a lot of Maseratis and Bentleys and stuff like that. So again, it's not indicative of America. This is kind of like a millionaire's playground down here. So the people are not really a reflection of what's really going on. But I know that when I get to Vegas, I'll see what's really going on. New Haven, Connecticut's in the house. Glad to have you, buddy. Thank you, Bernard. I appreciate that. Okay, cool. I think this is a great time to broadcast, to be honest, because most of my subscribers, it seems, are either from America. Most of them are from America. And then we've got Australia, Canada, and a few Brits. Good morning, Lynn. How are you, dear? Oh, it's 12:45 a.m. in Thailand. Yeah, that's 1 hour behind the Philippines. And there's Chris from Canada. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Paul, can you tell me why women in Philippines mostly walk hand in hands? I noticed that in your video. Maybe it's their tradition. Just wondering, like your videos. Oh, why they hold each other's hands when they walk? Okay, well, that's, I had the same question actually, and it starts in childhood. I watch little kids walking to school. They're either brother and sister or they're just neighbors, and they tend to just hold hands and put their arm around each other, and it's kind of like I got your back kind of deal. And that tradition just continues. So there's sort of like it doesn't take long for Filipinos to bond with each other. And so it's a sign of friendship, really. And saying, I got you. When do you return back to the Philippines? I go back on the 23rd of March. Hopefully. If I can jump through all the COVID hoops. Hey, Bruce, how you doing, man? Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a popular video. It's not been a blockbuster video, but those that have watched it really liked it. He did a great job. He's a really inspirational guy. Should have known him 20 years ago. Well, you can interrupt the Rockford Files, but I understand if Matlock comes on and you got to bail out. I get that. You can do Charles Schwab in Vegas too. They have yeah, I'm going to go there. That's exactly right. I'm a lot more comfortable navigating in Vegas than I am here. Again, it's unfamiliar territory. It's very confusing for me out here as far as directions and stuff. All the buildings look the same. Everything's perfectly manicured and neat, and it's very homogenized. Just doing the 3 C's in New Jersey until it's time to go to the Philippines with my Filipina to retire and live later this year. Right on. Good on you. But I can tell you this, after 5 days in the States, I couldn't come back here to live. And I think that'll be drilled in even more when I get to Vegas. Tell your dad hello, and I really enjoyed him on the video. Thank you. I will. Thank you so much. I got to apologize too. There's a bunch of comments on that video that I haven't even responded or replied to. And it's just been because of time. It's no internet issues here or anything like that, but just getting on the computer and finding the time to do it and respond respectfully back has been challenging. So I apologize for those that I haven't responded to. I am going to go back on March 23rd. So what is today? This whole thing's out of whack, so I don't even know. 10th or something like that. Thank you very much, William, in south of Spain. I was in Malagna, Spain. Beautiful, beautiful country. It's interesting about the food. To answer your question, yeah, it's fun to have like the cheeseburger that I had the other day. I inhaled that thing. It was delicious, and it was a great burger. But I think I'll do a video about it because it's too long of an answer. But yeah, I'm enjoying the food. I'm enjoying having a different taste. But I have this whole different outlook on food that's just totally different than it used to be. Hey, DMV, glad I made it to the States and doing well. Yeah. How you doing, Josephine? Yeah, I know. He's a funny guy. Like I said, I don't know if I actually think him being 97 and doing the vlog with me is more interesting than if he was like 57, you know, because it's just, it's gold. It really is. I mean, it's just so near and dear to me. And I've got other videos of him and I chatting and him talking about his childhood and talking about other things that are just so funny. But I didn't put it up on YouTube because he got disoriented, and so did I. And we got interrupted, and there was like, all kinds of crap going on. So, but I want to get another video in with him. I definitely want to get a video in with him. I definitely want to get a video in with the whole family, if I can. My nephew's coming down on Sunday. We're having a birthday party for my dad. Marcia, my sister, and I, we went down yesterday and ordered the cake for him. And there's going to be 13 or 14 people. And I forget where it's at, but it's one of these restaurants here. You've been living in 2 hours east of Manila for about 5 months. Hey, Thailand, how you doing, Ken? Oh, yeah, that goes both ways. I'll tell you that much. I miss her a lot. But we've been chatting. We didn't chat, really, for 2 days, almost 3, just because of time differences. So I would send her a message, that I landed and I made a video. Oh, I'll tell you a video I made for May was in Ralph's supermarket. And I was showing her, I know this is like such elementary stuff that nobody would watch anything like that. But for her, I did it. Just the produce section, the pastry section, and just the scope and the size of an American supermarket. She's never seen anything like that. And about a year or so ago, a friend of mine, John Burton, went to Walmart and he put a camera on his shopping cart and was driving around on the shopping cart and doing a tour of Walmart because he was picking me up some clothes and stuff that I needed and shipping them out to me. And May watched it with me, and we were doing a live chat actually on Facebook Messenger. And I was talking to John, and he was driving around Walmart. I was saying, yeah, give me one of those. And then he was kind enough to send it out to me. And about 3 days later, I said, so May, what do you want to do if we ever go to America together? She goes, I want to go to Walmart. That's May's big plan when she gets to the States, to hit the Walmart. Wow, I was just watching your burger video. Oh, here you are. And here you are live nearly 3 a.m. in Japan. Wow, you're in Japan and it's 3 o'clock. God bless you. Thanks for coming in, man. Yeah, the video with my dad was awesome. How's the stress level since being back in this crazy place? Elevated. It is elevated. Yeah, not terribly, but it's elevated. You got up a little early. Well, thanks for joining me. Hope you're enjoying your trip. Your dad is awesome. Those burgers were massive. Yeah. What a funky video, too. The burger video was so funky because it's like I just had my stuff with me, and I was trying to operate with one hand. My camera lady, baby May, wasn't there to help me. And it was just as usual, an impromptu video. I said, hey, let's video these friggin' things. Because I was going to interview Sheldon, but he didn't have time. He had to go pick up his kid. And that's why I brought the equipment to begin with, was to interview Sheldon. I figured we'd eat, we'd go find someplace kind of quiet, like a park or something, and we would do it, but he didn't have time. So I said, well, let's just friggin' show these people these burgers. And Sheldon, for those of you that didn't see the video, it's up now. He lived out, him and I worked together 20 years ago. And he moved out here, got into real estate, and he did a really interesting thing. He went on a 1-year quest to find the best hamburger or cheeseburger in this area. He's not saying the world, but in this area. So for 1 year, he went to nothing but hamburger places and settled on this one that I did in the video. Greetings from Edina, Minnesota, 22 degrees. Jeez. Oh, I'm looking forward to meeting you too, Gary. I've been meeting a bunch of guys. I met like 4 or 5 guys just before I left. That's how many people got into the Philippines. And it had only been open for like a week. And I had an opportunity to meet 4 or 5 guys, way cool guys. What's the changes now that you notice compared to 5 years ago? How's America? That's a great question, Sam. And I can't wait to do that video, but I don't have enough information, to be honest with you. I was explaining earlier that I'm here in the Coachella Valley, which is La Quinta, Palm Desert, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, etc. And this is kind of like a golfing, tennis community for wealthy people, is bottom line. My dad lives in PGA West. He's lived there for over 30 years. He's had a condo with his second wife. And so that being said, it's not really indicative of America here. It's just a lot of rich people doing rich people things. And that's fine. They worked hard for their money or not, and are out here spending it. I did notice that if I've gone out to lunch with my sister 3 or 4, 5, 6 times, I don't know what it is. And for her to have a sandwich and me to have a sandwich, and neither one of us are ordering anything to drink, we're just having water, the bill's $35 everywhere you go. So expensive. I filled her car up with gas yesterday, and it was $70, which was normally $40. Everything just is expensive. We went to, where did we go? We went to CVS Pharmacy and picked up some razor blades, some birthday cards for my dad, some body wash, some shampoo, nothing really extraordinary. Oh, I got boxes of candy for May because they had some Valentine's candy and Easter candy, and they were nice boxes. So that was probably the bulk of the expense right there. But it was $100 to walk in and out of CVS. But I think 50 of that I spent on chocolate for May. How you doing, Melvin, out there in Cleveland? Yeah, well, my opinion is going to be formed once I get to Vegas. It's hard to base on here. I can give you a couple of upticks, though. Nothing I'm seeing out here surprises me. It hasn't changed at all in relationship to the people. Now, out here, people are relatively friendly. They're on vacation themselves. But the size of the people is probably the biggest impression right now, men and women. Americans are just big, all the way up, either tall or, wide or both. And I see just the physicality difference is huge out here. I only bumped into one Karen, though. So far, I haven't had any attitudes. Oh, I'll tell you what, another opinion is what impressed me, and I miss a lot. And this would be if I could change one thing back home, it would be this. When we walked into a restaurant here, and this is nothing new to you guys living here, but guys that live like me in the Philippines really miss this. Walk into the restaurant, boom, there's a server, male, female, doesn't matter. Brings you a water right off the bat. Hands you a menu, ask you how you're doing. Do you need a few minutes? You know what you want. And you can give us a few minutes. Okay, walks away. You decide what you want, boom, they're back. You place your order, and guess what? 5 minutes, you got your order. It's just efficient, it's just boom, 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 boom. And no waiting, no lollygagging around, no forgetting anything. Where in the Philippines, it could take 15 minutes to get a menu out of somebody. I mean, then after that, you lose them. So I've learned to go into a restaurant in the Philippines slightly hungry, because by the time I get my food, I'm going to definitely be ready to eat. But here it's not like that. It's just bang, 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 bang. Good old American efficiency. I love it. I really do. And you know what else? Another silly thing. They have real napkins out here, where in the Philippines, it's like a piece of toilet paper. Hello from Northern California. Don't you just love the weather? Oh, man. The weather out here. There's another difference. Thanks for reminding me. The weather has been, I couldn't buy a better looking day than today. Sunshiny, not cold, not hot, cool in the evening, little cool, little nip in the air, if you want to call it that, in the morning. And then just no humidity, I've noticed a big difference in the way my skin feels. I don't have any itches. Every day in the Philippines, I'm scratching my ankles or my leg or my shoulder or my arm where something bit me. And that's daily, just daily. In the Philippines, I have this weird kind of coating, if you will, all oily, I guess, on my skin. I guess it's from the humidity or the moisture in the air or whatever. And out here, it's a lot drier. So my skin actually feels better. And the water out here is softer when you take a shower. So those have been nice changes. I've enjoyed that. Let's see. I would have and could have listened to him talking as long as he felt like talking. Could have learned a lot listening to him. Yeah. Thank you very much. Jay's referring to my father. And I want to get him off on another topic next time. And I went to go do that, but it just wasn't. I videoed him, but it wasn't the same guy, because he is slipping in and out of these mental capacities, you can imagine. So I caught him on a good day when I interviewed him, and I caught him on a less than good day the other day. And I'll be out there Saturday and Sunday with him, and I'm sure we'll get some stuff done. Good morning from Las Vegas. You're on your way to the Philippines. God bless. Have you figured out when and where you will be in Vegas? Good question, Chuck. I'm looking at bus schedules right now, and it's a real pain. I'm thinking, I had one guy contact me, and he's staying at Ellis Island. He's going the same time I am. So Ellis Island, I know where that is. I'm not sure it's the location I want to be at, but it could be worse. I don't know the pricing. I was thinking about staying at one of the station casinos because I think their prices are pretty reasonable. And there's a Santa Fe station, which is up in the Summerlin, North Las Vegas kind of area. That might be the least expensive, because I am going to be hoteling it there. And then I'm going to have to figure out transportation, which is probably going to be Uber. Big time difference. The question by William is, do you notice a big difference in weather here? Yeah, it's drier. It's right now it's perfect weather. There's no humidity at all. And it's just easier on the skin for some reason. Hi, George. How are you, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Sheldon looked about 32. I know, I hate him. Talk about clean living. What a sweet guy, too. Him and I were buddies back when he was 20 years old. And we just connected, back in the day. And when he found out I was here, or he was, it was like we just never parted ways. That's how old friends are. And he had to go pick up his kid and do some stuff. So our time got cut short. But time with him was a lot of fun. He's a very interesting guy, by the way, very smart guy. You're going to need 2 seats on the plane. G-bus. White man. I don't know what that means. Hey, Jack, how are you? You can't put a price on peace of mind. Yeah. I got about 19 more for you if you want them. Yeah, well, the burger video is probably the least, it's got to be my least professional, if any of my videos are professional, done. It's just like me, the freaking microphones in the front. I'm trying to hold the camera, and I don't like videoing in crowded places because of the noise level, and I don't like to video people because I don't know if they want to be on the video. But it was pretty benign. And we did it in 4 or 5 different clips. And it was, like I said, it was just totally impromptu because I planned on doing something else with Sheldon, but couldn't. But I wanted you guys to meet him. He's a good-looking kid, I'll tell you that much. I always try and get the door seat, lots of legroom. Yeah, what's that called? Bulkhead. That's a premium, buddy. I looked at that. They wanted, I think, $200 more for that seat. And the flight over was absolutely awful, just to be honest with you. I had to wear a mask the entire time. And got into it with them because they changed my seat around and blah, 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 blah. But we got here. And then when I got to the airport, I missed my ride. We just kept missing each other. But we'll tell that story one day. Cheers. Thank you very much, Simone. Only to gorgeous. 6 cops to land. Yeah, gorgeous. All right. Thank you very much, BK. I will. Yeah, well, it's early. It's not early, really. I guess it is for you guys. To me, I think it's 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning here. So I thought, what the hell? I'll give it a shot. I think it's 2 o'clock in the morning back in the Philippines. Are you flying? Yeah, I got lucky there, ponytails. I'm flying. It's only 15 hours. I can do that standing on my head. And it's a direct flight from LAX to Cebu. So I'm really excited about that. And once I land and get off the plane, I'll have an option. I'll either get a room for the night, and I got 3 options, actually. I'll get a room for the night somewhere and then start off in the morning back to Dumaguete. I'll either take a flight or a bus. Probably take a bus. I actually kind of like the bus rides. I like watching the topography and hanging out with the people. What else? Or when I land in Cebu, when I get to the airport, I'm just going to go up to Phil Air, or I'll look online, but the online stuff is, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Those flights are shaky. And see if I can't just jump on another plane and go home that same day. But most likely I'll be spending the night in Cebu. Does being in the U.S. change your mind at all about living in the Philippines? Well, it reinforces the fact that that's where I belong. Do you feel culture shock? No, not exactly culture shock. Wouldn't be the right word. I thought that I might, but everything that I'm seeing out here is as I remember it. And I've been really occupied and busy and busting a move. So it's been a different experience than the way I used to live out here because I was never that busy. I was just bored the whole time. I lost my place on the freaking comments. Sorry. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Happened to me after you even fluorinated the water. Do you think America has changed since you last lived there? I haven't noticed any changes. I've obviously seen the price increases. But again, I keep repeating myself, but where I'm staying right now is not really reflective of overall America. This is kind of this isolated pocket of wealthy people. So their reality is different than ours, unless you're a wealthy person. So when I get to Vegas, that'll tell the tale. But I haven't seen any angst or anger or any of the stuff that you see on the news. And the news channels, I think, just sort of show you what they want you to see. It's not really reality. I don't know. Too new to rate, I guess, is what I'd tell you. Hi, Jay Bird. 4 a.m. Well, thanks for being up, buddy. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be real people in Las Vegas. You're going to have the lower class, middle class, upper class, middle upper class, poverty. So you get the gauntlet in Vegas, and I'll be able to. I'll probably rent a car or something while I'm there. I don't know, just tool around, go visit some people. I'm going to see my kids while I'm in Vegas, so hang out with them, and it's just busting a move. But I think that's going to be the tale. I have noticed, though, I almost forgot how big everybody is out here. You will see a lot of poor people in Vegas walking all around the street and losing all the. Yeah, that's a fact. That won't be anything new. I saw that for 30 years. Mid to high 70s all next week here in Vegas. I got great timing on the weather, man. You got that right. I thought I was going to have to buy a parka or something, but I didn't. Are you tempted to pack some U.S. burger? No, not really. Not really. I'm glad I got it out of my system. I'm glad I did it. But I have this whole new take on food anymore. And it's not, it doesn't have the same effect on me. It's just sort of like something that I need to sustain myself while I'm busy doing real things. Hello from Baltimore. Nice to see you, Terry. Thanks for coming along. Nebraska here. Thanks for introducing us to your father. Great guy. What changes have you noticed? People ask me that a lot, and I know that's going to be the number one question. So I'll do a video on that at the end of the trip. Oklahoma, have you driven past a new car dealership lot? Lots of room to park. Yeah, I have seen that. I was expecting that, though, because I've seen it so much on the news. There's a chip shortage, and they can't build any cars. And then if they could, they can't ship them. I did notice a few places out here were, no, that's not really true. I was really interested in what I thought was going to be food shortages, but I was at Ralph's and I was at Albertsons, and they are lacking nothing. I mean, everything is full to the top. Every aisle is just to the brim. So maybe that's just this area. See, that's another thing. I'll get to Vegas and I'm going to do knucklehead stuff. I'm just going to go in and out of supermarkets, Walmarts, shopping malls. I want to check, the inventory levels that I've been hearing about. I'm sure if you drink, Paul, but if I would love to have a beer with you. I can't remember the last time I had a drink or an adult beverage. And I'm not a teetotaler. I'm not against alcohol or anything like that. I just haven't had the desire to get drunk or drink or get a buzz on. I don't know. I think I had a beer like 2 years ago at Brew Garden in Dumaguete. I was driving with May, and it was hot, and we'd been shopping. We had one of those days where nothing went right. And I saw Brew Garden, and I just hauled into it. I said, we're drinking a couple of beers. She doesn't drink at all, but she watched me drink a beer. Try Shake Shack burgers next time, Paul. Originally from New York, and it's a must try. Okay, are they out here in California? Maybe I'll Google it. I haven't done In-N-Out Burger yet. I think I might try that tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, or maybe even this afternoon. I don't know. I don't meet anybody till 3 o'clock, so I'll need to eat before I go to the little get together. So maybe I'll do an In-N-Out burger today. Oh, dude, I got such jet lag out here. That was tough. I never have jet lag when I go back. Never do I have jet lag when I go back. And every time I come out here, which is, this is the first time I'm from the Philippines, but prior, I've come back from Thailand a couple of times. And this time it took me 3 days to get organized. And I still think it's tomorrow in my head. Today's Thursday. I still think it's Friday. Let's see. Glad you're having a good visit. This is from Dave. I think you have a real estate woman living in your house. Oh, yeah, May. Yeah. May took over my house video tours. Well, you know what she's doing that for is not necessarily for content, but a couple of 3 guys contacted me actually. And they saw some of the videos that I did on different houses for rent or for sale, and were really interested in them because they're going out there. So 2 or 3 guys contacted me and said, hey, can you please do more videos of houses and apartments for rent? Because I'm coming out there and I'd like to see what's available. So I passed the torch to May and her girlfriend, Jennifer. And Jennifer is one of those people that's lived in Dumaguete her whole life. And she knows everybody and everybody knows her. And she just knows she's got the jungle drums working, you know, she knows what's going on. And so her and May have been going out, and like the last one they did, got very few views. Of course, I launched it at a weird time. I did it for her. She messaged me last night if I could get the computer over here because I do that for her. And so I would recommend, if you guys are coming out to the Philippines and you're going to be in my neck of the woods, check out Today with Baby May. And I'm not just saying that because I want you to watch her videos, but if you want to see some apartments or some houses she's showing, she's doing a good little job of showing them. And that's been requested by one guy, said, I'll pay you a finder's fee. That's all May had to hear. And said, you know, you guys run around, and if I find a place, I'll be happy to give you some pesos. So her and Jennifer is like, sure. Hey, old Polly, enjoy your adventure. How's the mass vaccination situation in the desert in the old USA, the Turtle, high in the Andes, Colombia? Hey, Turtle, no mask out here. I took my sister to a doctor appointment yesterday. My sister can't walk, by the way. She's on a walker. She had a hip surgery that went sideways. So everywhere we go, she needs my assistance, which I'm happy to do for her. And so she uses a walker to get around. She's 5 years my senior, and took her yesterday to 2 doctor appointments. And then while she was at an appointment, I ran around and I found some shoes to buy. That's another thing, kids. If you're coming out to the Philippines and you wear more than a size 9, bring about 10 pairs of shoes. Panorama City, my hometown. That's where I was born and raised. No apologies needed from between friends. You're there to do so many things with so little time. We understand. Well, thank you, my love. You are the sweetest. But I actually kind of like those videos where, in fact, Sheldon watches my channel. And he goes, I don't know, man. He goes, you're the least professional vlogger out there, but for some reason it's really organic and I can't help but watch it. Because shit just happens. So I'll just fire up the camera. I had like the microphone running around, trying to operate with one hand. It was fun. Your dad is hilarious and proof positive the acorn doesn't fall from the tree. Yeah. I did inherit that gene of trying to be an optimist and trying to look at things half full and not letting, don't sweat the small stuff. Look at the big picture. And one of the things my dad said to me that didn't make it onto the video because It just didn't happen the second time around, was how he just looks forward all the time. Him and I have the exact same outlook. I guess I inherited it from him, is to, today may be a good day or a bad day, but either way, it's just today. And so keep that forward momentum going. And don't expect so much from yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Best wishes from the UK. I'm sure you're looking forward to returning to the Philippines soon. I am. Thank you, Thomas. I mean, it's good. The only thing that I don't like about this trip is the COVID requirements. I think, COVID should be in our rearview mirror. Just call it the flu and let's move on. Let me just get on the damn plane without all these other things. Saying goodbye to your dad this time, it might be the toughest goodbye ever. No, not at all. Not at all. He talked about that. I asked him about death, and he answered it. And his answer is the same as mine. We both have the exact same outlook. Death is just part of it, and that's just the beginning of something new. Hey, Paul from the Philippines, having an in and out. I'm going to do that today, I think. I'm going to do that today before a little meet and greet. How's the surfing out there, Daddy-O? Paul, did your dad serve in the Pacific? When are you going back? My dad has the funniest stories that I won't get into it here, but I think I will do a video by myself. Now that you mentioned it, it just came into my head. And I'll do a video about my take on America, comparing it to the Philippines, the differences, and then just a conversation with my father or something like that, where I'll relate to you some of the highlights, if you will, and lowlights of our conversations, and some of the wisdom he imparted on me, some of the funny ass stuff that he told me. And this is the time or place for it. It deserves its own video. But yeah, he did serve in the Pacific. And he was on his way to Japan when they dropped the bomb. So they pushed all the planes off the carrier and turned it into what do you call it? It was like a platoon hauler. So yeah, smash my like button. That's all we ever ask for in a live stream is a like. I don't know why, it's just become a tradition. Thank you very much, Robert. It's not only my dad, it's my sister, it's my kids, it's friends. My nephew's coming up on Sunday, and friends of friends. So it's been fun. Do you miss May and wish she was there with you? Both. Yeah. I really miss May a lot. And we chatted for a long time last night because I had an opportunity and she was home and I was home and the timing was right. It was about 8 o'clock at night here, and I think it's 9 or 10 o'clock there. And so we just were able to catch each other, and we chatted for about an hour and a half last night. We had a great time talking. Is the like button still free? Well, Greg, I had it half priced for the longest time. But I think since we're here in America and inflation and everything, we're going to be patriotic. And yes, the like button is free, as long as everybody promises me that you will bend at the knees. They know how hard it is to take your mouse and hit the like button. You could hurt your wrist. So take your time and make sure to hydrate. Thanks, Lawrence. Thanks for coming in, buddy. When are you coming to Vegas? I'm coming to Vegas on the what's today? Today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days from now, Monday, I'm going into Vegas. Paul, I'm so glad you were able to see your dad again. Best wishes. Thank you so much. We'll be arriving in the Philippines on May 13th in Cebu. Right on, Jeffrey. Well, take yourself a little side trip and come see me in Dumaguete. What's up, Billy? How are you? Yeah, same situation with me and my mom. She's nearly 80, but has everything she needs. Will come home again in 6 months or so, though. Yeah, and you know what else? I'm going to start making this when things get easier and cheaper. This is an expensive trip, by the way. I mean, it was $1,800 round trip just for the tickets. And then another couple of hundred with the other knucklehead stuff you got to pay for. So I'm into this puppy 2Gs. And I think I had to spend a night in a hotel out of the blue. But I was going to do that anyway. Probably $1,000. But I budgeted for it, so it's all good. Well, David, that's a little rough way of putting it. I didn't leave her behind. I left her to watch the compound. It's not that easy. I couldn't get baby May in here if I wanted to. This trip. It's not easy to get a Filipina into America. Let's look into that. Howdy, Paul. May and Jen are turning into quite the little house hunters. Yeah. It's their new side gig. They got their hustle on. Yeah, my dad is a character. There's my buddy Ed. Hi, man. Yeah, I did honestly. I didn't have a big culture shock out here. It's been very benign. There's been no big thing. I did catch an attitude though from a woman at the grocery store, but no, I'm in California. I'll be in Vegas in 4 days. LA native living in Nashville. Nice. I was in Memphis once. Let's see, I want to send you a super chat, but can't afford the U.S. cost. Cheaper to send to you. Yeah, there you go. Good morning, Paul. I'm excited to see you later today. I'll be driving from Temecula. Oh, cool. Right on, Manny. Awesome. If anybody's going to Vegas on Monday, let me know. I'll buy the gas. How's that? How's that for a deal? Hello, Paul from Greensboro, North Carolina. Cool. Nice to see you, man. Let's see. Good morning, Paul. Welcome back to the States. Sorry about the inflation. How are you in gas prices looking at Cali? I paid $6 a gallon yesterday to fill up my sister's car. Yeah, you went out to the cow field. Isn't that a funny story? I never knew that. He told me some stuff that he'd never told me before, and that he'd been keeping kind of secret. I know a pile you're getting me through my daily walk. Groundhog Day. Thanks for being on at this time. You're welcome, Gary. Yeah, Groundhog Day. This would turn right back in. If I move back here without May, I could move out here with May. I could live in the States if May came with me. If it was in the right place and the right conditions, I could do that. But I wouldn't like it. I like the Philippines better. But I could do it. No serious culture shock. No, I mean, I'm not going to make things up. It's just, I think I'm going to try to do another live when I'm in Vegas, though. I think that would be fun, and I might get together with some guys and do it. Good for you, Steve. Yes, the price of gas got by these 20 cents by the conflict in the Ukraine. Well, I think I can't remember what it was when I left here, but I've never seen that. I've never paid $6. I paid $5 for gas back in during the recession. No, not during the recession. I can't remember when it was, but there was one point where gas prices got psycho, and I one time paid $5 for gas, but it's $6 here that we paid. And from what I understand, it's just going to keep going higher. Prices and stuff. I never forget going back to 125 plus 25 packs of smokes in Taiwan. They have Indian reservations out here with casinos on them. And I bought a pack of cigarettes for $6 because I forgot to bring mine. I brought some from the Philippines where they're $2. in the market. I mean, not the market, but like at 7-Eleven, they're $10 a pack. So I don't see how anybody affords to smoke out here. Press the like button, people. People! Paul, why didn't you ever work with him? I did. I worked for him for a year. And that was plenty. Trust me on that. He's different in business than he is in person. It wasn't really conducive. I sold real estate in Vegas and I sold real estate here in California. And I just didn't like it out here. It wasn't really the problem. I was selling real estate and working a part-time job and trying to get my ducks in a row, and then got back to Vegas, went back to the car business. And once things picked up after the recession, because everything died. So that was one of those times in my life that was really kind of a low point. But look forward, right? Big picture. There's Hillbilly. You're not used to your food coming at the same time. It's amazing, man. Just the speed, the accuracy. There's no question. The bill. I mean, you can pop in and out in 30 minutes here. You can sit down, order. If you're a fast eater like me, if I'm hungry, I just inhale food. I don't stand on ceremony. You can be in and out in 30 minutes, man. In the Philippines, it takes 30 minutes just to get the friggin' order in. And then it comes out wrong. See, this is Dee saying, glad to see you made it safely. Thank you. I know you'll be glad to get back soon. I'll be traveling with you. Supposedly to fly out in a couple of months. Cool, man. There's another gentleman that's going to fly with me. Actually be on the same flight as me. He asked me when I was going, and I told him the flight and all that, and he booked it. He was able to get it. We're both trying to figure out this friggin' COVID test, though. This 48-hour COVID test. They have them at LAX, but how do you get the results? So what we're going to do is, after I do this live stream, I'm going to get on the horn and call some places here because money talks. And I think it's like $80 or something like that, where I can get one of those tests and I can get the results a lot quicker. It's just such a bitch trying to coordinate all these times and rides and traveling. Traveling is hard enough as it is. Just, packing your suitcase and getting on the plane. But with all this COVID stuff, I've got to buy insurance. I can't do that yet. Actually, I can buy that. I've got to do the COVID deal within 48 hours. I think within 7 days, I have to double check. I got to go back on Jennifer Terry's channel. I have to have, I got to buy my throwaway ticket. That's easy peasy. What else? Oh, there's an app I've got to do, like a One Health app or something like that. I forget the technical name of it. And that's easy enough to do. And I'd like to do it right now, but I can't because it's got to be so many days before the flight before you complete that. So it's all this last minute stuff that you have to do. The good news is out here is there's no issues with the internet. And so last minute stuff in the state in the Philippines can be a real problem because you might be halfway through whatever you're doing and there's a brownout or the internet just stops working or it goes dead on you. I'm not kidding. It's sometimes it's 4, 5, 6 attempts. Sometimes you have to move locations just to get something done on your phone or on your computer. Most of the stuff I do on my phone, obviously. This is on a computer right now. But now, man, it's challenging. No out of stock here. I did go shoe shopping yesterday, and I did manage to find a pair of shoes that I like, and they were reasonably priced. They were cheaper here with inflation than they are in the Philippines. just nothing special, just a pair of tennis shoes and then another pair of shoes. And I think they were each about $80. So in the Philippines, the tennis shoes would have been $125, believe it or not. Hi, Paul from London, England. Time for a recon mission. Watching too many of your vlogs. Yeah, well, one's probably too many. But you know what? Watch a lot of videos, bro. And that really is the smart way of doing it, I think, is to go on a recon mission. If it was me and I was you guys, and you want to go back to, or you want to go to the Philippines, I would put it off until they ease up on some of these restrictions and these hoops I'm going through. And the reason I came out here when I did was because I thought there was a much more imminent threat with my father than there turned out to be. However, it could have been a different result because he's having good days and bad days. So I'm glad I came out here now because I caught him on some good days and we've been able to have some time together. Dry heat is right. Paul, nice to see you enjoying your USA break. I am. It's been tiring. It's been busy. It's been different, but it's been fun. And it ain't the Philippines though. I do feel stress out here. I started researching Philippines with Paul and Filipina P. Best time invested, mate. Good on you. Found a really good Filipina, professional, gorgeous, good family. Took many to find her, though. That's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact. Slow down, buddy, right? Take your time. If you got to meet 200 people before, or partner material, take the 200 until you find the one. When are you coming back to Vegas? On Monday, in 4 days. Hello from the Philippines. All right, you're up. Man, you're up at 2:45 in the morning. Seems strange writing that. Hope you're enjoying your stay. It's after 2 a.m. here. I am, Greg. Thanks for watching, man. Are you on Philippine time or are you showing up on time? Everything goes on time here. That's another thing. 2:30 means 2:30. 1 o'clock means 1 o'clock. My sister had an appointment at the doctor. They took her right in on time. She actually had an appointment. It's almost simpler to go to the doctor in the Philippines than it is out here, just observing what my sister's been doing. She has to go to this doctor, like a primary care doctor, to see that doctor. And it's appointments and it's a drive. And then there's waiting and then there's forms and this and that and the other. Obviously, the hospitals out here are state of the art. They're sterile, they're clean, they're organized. Totally different deal than the MASH units we use in the Philippines. However, in the Philippines, you can just bounce in and for very little money, get your and there's no big, you don't have to see a primary, you don't have to see this one or refer to that. Now, if you go to your GP, like me, if I was to go to my GP and she was to discover that I had some kind of condition that she didn't specialize in, she would say, well, I would recommend you go see one of these 3 people. And the thing is that you can just kind of go and get in and get it done. Like I got my teeth cleaned just before I came out here. I went to my dentist the day before, made an appointment, went in, and she didn't do, it was $20. And she just cleaned my teeth. She didn't do a bunch of x-rays and she didn't do a bunch of scans and consultations and speeches and all that kind of shit. Ellis Island has a solid brewery. Yeah, I've been to Ellis Island before, back in the day. Stay at Red Rock. I would, because I love Red Rock, but it's like 3 times the price, bro. I love Red Rock, but it's just too expensive. I hope you're having a good time in the USA. I'm sorry that your father is ailing. I hope that you will be able to go back to the Philippines. I'm living here in the Philippines. Thanks, James. I hope you're enjoying the Philippines. Will Amtrak help you travel to Vegas? I didn't even look into Amtrak. Palace Station is probably, yeah. You know what? That was my original thought, was the Palace Station. I really prefer that location, even if it is a little more expensive. Someone said that Santa Fe would be cheaper, and I got to thinking about it. That's way up there. Where Palace Station is right there on, what is it called? Sahara, right in the heart. Easy to get a cab or an Uber, I guess, to damn near anywhere. And there'll be friends out there that I'm sure will pick me up. And it's right across the street from a bunch of restaurants. So again, I can do my food sampling. I'm on a food tour here in America. I'm going to gain back 10 pounds that I lost, but oh well. We'll get back on the program. Hey, Paul, watch your channel all the time. I also subscribe to your girls' channel. Well, thank you, Raymond. I appreciate that. Getting real. What does your Filipina do for a profession? She has a YouTube channel. Today with Baby May. Everybody sign up for Today with Baby May. Are you going to open a Charles? Yes, I'm going to do that in Summerlin. I'm sincerely considering retiring to the Philippines. I will probably go for 3 weeks in August with my buddy just to check things out. Way to go. Good job. That's the best way to do it. Feels off without the chicken. Well, I got news for you, pal. I brought the chicken. The chicken's going to be at the little rendezvous we're having today. And everybody's going to have an opportunity to take a selfie with Gaylord. I figured that's the least I could do. The chicken traveled 7,000 miles. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Next time, huh? I do miss Baby May a lot. So you can imagine living in the States financially compared to there's no way I could do it. There's no way I could live out here on what I got coming in and what they want going out. It wouldn't work. I saw your video with Sheldon. I was trying to figure out his nationality. It's hard to tell. Is he Filipino? No, he's black. He's a black Jew. How do you like them apples? He's like Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah. No, he's black and Jewish. JT, my simple advice is when searching online, don't act as fresh meat. Don't do low class unless you're really sure. Mutual Respects Foundation to really invest your time. Oh, okay. That's about meeting girls or women, I should say. I have a Philippine girlfriend in Davao City. She will be able to come to America, no problem. From what I understand, it's almost impossible to get a Filipina in here unless you're on a fiance thing. Thanks for the videos, Paul. I appreciate the info. My pleasure, Craig. Thanks for tuning in. You're a nobody in California, but you're somebody in the Philippines. I don't know. I think we're all somebody everywhere. I'm planning a trip to the Philippines in August to marry my beautiful Filipina in Cebu. Good for you, Jose. Just popped in to say hello, but reasons you leave are not clear for me. Best regards from Germany. Why I left the Philippines? I came out here to see family, friends, and take care of some business. Have you gone there to visit? Marriage visa is the easiest way. It's difficult. Oh, I've looked into it. And apparently, I asked why is it so hard for a Filipina to get into America as opposed to, say, a female from Sweden. And because they tend to not go back, they've got Filipinos, men, Filipinas, women, go to the States, and they say have a 30-day visa, I guess. And they just don't get on the return flight. They like it too much. So they're kind of known for jumping into the blending into the Filipino community. Yeah. The attitudes out here have been really nice. I mean, I haven't dealt with anybody with a bad attitude since I've been here. Nothing like that. But like I said, I'm in kind of an enclave of people where I live here now, or staying here now. And I think when I get to Vegas, it'll be a much better reflection of classes of people, if you will. How you doing there, buddy? Enjoy your vids heading out there in Vegas, bless you. Heading out here in Vegas. Well, maybe we can see each other in Vegas. What was my Karen interaction? It was no big deal. But I was checking out at the market, and I did something wrong. I was trying to use the self-serve thing, and I did something wrong. And she gave me a little ass chewing, which I thought was weird for somebody in customer service. And when I left, I looked at her name tag. It was Lisa. I said, "Well, thanks, Karen," and I left. Hey, lady. Hello from Southern California. Welcome. Yeah, that's true. That's where they put me on the plane, the no class section. 120 here in Thailand. Your video with your dad was priceless, beyond fantastic. Thank you very much. I want to do a follow-up video. It's going to be totally dependent upon his condition. And if I can catch him on a good day or not so good day, you know. The Vegas story, I think, will be good. Out here has been very organic as far as the people, and we've been trying to get some stuff done. Like I got a physical address done. I got an American phone number that I've been able to use to get things done. I'll tell you what blew my mind was I went to go buy shoes yesterday. I did buy shoes yesterday. And the lady asked me my name, which I thought was unusual. So she put that in the computer. And then she asked me for my phone number. So I gave her that because it's a temporary number. I don't care. And then she asked for my email. And I said, no, because I don't want to get a bunch of spam from Foot Locker or wherever the hell I was. And she got all frustrated. She says, the computer won't let me go any further until I get your email. So I gave her my stupid email. But anyway, I thought, what a weird thing that you can't purchase. Apparently I could not have purchased those shoes without giving an email. So I guess the deal is if you want to protect your privacy is just make up an email, give them a fake one, give them a fake phone number, give them a fake name. It's not like they're verifying I have a tendency to tell the truth, though. So if someone asks me my direct question, like what's your name and what's your phone number and what's your email, I tell them. But I think in the future, if I go to buy something like that, and they have to have this information so they can spam you or whatever, I'll just make up a bunch of stuff. It's usually a 24-hour trip for me from North Carolina to Manila. I'll look into flying from the East Coast to Cali and then to Cebu, my favorite city. Welcome to America. Enjoyed the dad's interview. Thank you very much. Yeah, it might be worth your while to fly into LAX and then into Cebu straight. Yeah, I'm going back on the 23rd. Hey, Paul, with Social Security check is no way you can make it here. Oh, no. You'll be so poor and forget to buy gas for the scooter. You'll be down ready to a bicycle. No, there's no way I could live here. I don't see how anybody lives here on Social Security. Actually, however, I should take that back because I think years ago, my sister had the fourth forward thinking of signing up for this apartment complex that's for seniors. And it's a beautiful compound. It's a beautiful apartment. I mean, it's ultra nice. 1 bedroom, clean. The grounds are impeccable. It's got 2 patios. And she's paying like $600, $670 a month for it. And this would go for $2,200 if I had to guess, if not more. A single car garage, gate guarded, um, got a pool and a jacuzzi and all that. It's just, but it's for seniors, which is fine. Very handicap friendly. And then she receives her Social Security like I do. And then California's got all kinds of other benefits that a lot of other states don't have that she's able to take advantage of too. So I thought about it. My Social Security check is actually bigger than hers. And if I was to put apples to apples and I was to move in here in 5 years or whatever, or tomorrow, call it, I could make it. I could live here. I would need to own a car for cash, which in today's, I couldn't buy a car out here. It's too expensive and you can't get one if you could. So transportation might be an issue. Gets to be 120 degrees out here. So I don't know about air prices. But she's even got this thing on the TV where she bought an antenna and gets all kinds of channels for next to nothing. So she's been pretty wily about making the buck stretch. And they always have the good old coupons out here that they don't have in the Philippines. So 2-for-1s and all that. So we've taken advantage of some of that. So I think that if you get into one of these type of protected compounds where the state steps in and helps you, but that's California. I don't know if that's nationwide, but she's managed to wiggle her way around pretty damn good. I'm proud of her. What was it about the area that you settled in the Philippines that made you choose that spot? I researched a lot of places prior to going out there, and number one was accessibility, excuse me, affordability. The location is the third largest island in the Philippines, and safety. It rated high and all of that. We went through Typhoon Odette and took a direct hit, and actually took the direct hit about 2 hours north of me. And Dumaguete was up and running the next day. Thanks, Joseph. I'm in the East San Diego County. You're about 2.5 hours away today, a little too far for me to meet up. Well, let me know if you're going to Vegas. No, I'll read this out loud. Your flight to the U.S. does not sound like a bed of roses. 16 hours with a mask. I think I'll stay in the Philippines. Yeah, if you don't have to come out, don't. It's going back that's the hassle, too. It's not, I don't know if I got to wear a mask on that goofy flight. Probably do. The video was great with your father. He's one of the last heroes of World War II and a military retiree. I salute him for his service. Thank you very much. Got some funny stories. It takes time to reverse culture shock to set in. Yeah, I think I'm going to escape before that happens. I think if I was here 5 or 6 months, it'd be a whole different story. But like I said, I'm busting a move. I'm getting things done that I wanted to get done. I'm seeing people that I haven't seen for a long time. So I've been active. It's not like I'm living out here. I'm visiting. And that's, there's a relief valve in my head knowing that in 10 days or something like that, boom, I'll be back in the saddle, so to speak. Sounds like you've adjusted the idea that food for fuel. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's a whole attitude that I have towards food, that it's like drinking water. You need to put it in your body. I guess I stopped being a foodie. I used to be a foodie. And I enjoy a good meal as much as the next guy. I intend to do sushi while I'm out here, burgers, the whole enchilada, a good patty melt, pastrami, all that stuff. I'm going to ingest it and I'm going to enjoy it. But it didn't have as big an impact on me as I thought it would. And I think that's just my way of thinking about it. Because my life now, retired in the Philippines with May, is just so full of activity. That food is just like something we got to stop and do while we're busy doing something a lot more fun and a lot more important. Where out here, it was almost like eating lunch or eating dinner was the highlight of the day, if that makes any sense. And it still is for a lot of guys that are retired out there. Going to lunch is like their big event. I prefer just staying at home and eating now in the Philippines, as opposed to going out. 6-hour flight for me, I think. Filipinos have a respectable culture in Australia. Yeah, they do. 2:19 in the morning. Hello from the Philippines. Well, God bless you, James. When is my dad going to be on again? I don't know. He is a legend, but I don't know. It's hit or miss. I was saying that earlier. I caught him on a really good day, and he was doing really good. I went over the other day, and we would be chatting, and he would stop, and he'd go, "What are we talking about?" You know. So I'd have to remind him what we were talking about, which is fine. And he'd go, "Oh yeah," and then he'd pick up. So maybe it would be. I think maybe that would be a good video too. Actually, if we, because you guys are a mature audience, and you'd get it, you'd understand. But when I go, I have to transfer to Sydney. Did you hear about the Las Vegas police officer that robbed the casinos? He robbed the Rio last Sunday when he was down there visiting friends from out of town. Guess he wasn't doing too good at the tables, huh? There's a Shake Shack in Vegas. Okay, I'll give it a shot. I ain't afraid. Okay. Oh, you know what? I think I saw, actually, now that you guys are talking about that, I think I saw something on the news, maybe when I lived in Vegas, about them opening up some new little restaurant like White Castle or whatever it's called, or Shake Shack. Where do your desires lay these days? My desires? I'm not sure what the question means. Hey, Paul, don't forget to vlog that long-awaited shopping spree at Walmart. Oh, no, I'll have that. Mentioned you were going to take sleeping pills on the flight. Did they help? I ended up taking Benadryl. She was going to, and no, they didn't help. I couldn't get comfortable. I couldn't get comfortable at all. But she gave me some Valium, but I brought them, but I said, those just make you relaxed, and the Benadryl makes me sleepy. So I took the Benadryl, and it made me sleepy, but I didn't really sleep, if you know what I mean. Yeah, see, that's too much for me, bro. That's $4, huh? No shortage of food in California here. It's got a $5 a pound ribeye at Ralph's. And I saw a thingamajigger at Ralph's, I think it was, where they had a $19 steak marked down to $9 or $8. And I buy steaks in the Philippines, a place called Belcrest. And I ended up paying about $5-6 per steak. But since I only eat that once a day with some broccoli and cauliflower, since I'm on that new diet thing, it's very affordable, and I like the taste. But the steaks out here are much better quality. But I thought to myself, you could buy those for $8 or $9 and do the same thing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna do that today. In fact, $35. Yeah, a kilo. Yeah. I'm going to Las Vegas almost 2 times a month till the COVID-19. They've not been there since COVID. Once I feel safe enough to fly to Dumaguete, and I'll look for a place in Siquijor. Siquijor is a really nice island. Now that you're back and experiencing a bit of the American lifestyle again, you can reflect on something you feel you've been missing by living in the Philippines. I think the biggest thing I miss in the Philippines that's out here is the service at restaurants and the speed and the accuracy. Yo yourself. Great inspiration with your dad. It reminded me of my World War II veteran dad who passed away at 95 8 years ago. I still miss him every day. Well, God bless you, Charlie. Thanks for sharing your dad. What a great man and a huge inspiration. I should have been in Duma, Valencia for a few months. Thank you for your info and updates. Thank you very much. Do you like Filipino food? I ate 3 times at Grill and Seafood City in Vegas and thought it was bad. I don't like Filipino food for the most part. It's greasy, it's sweet, not a lot of variety. I've wiggled my way around that, though, because I think mine might be a unique situation, simply because I have this whole new take on food for fuel. And I did find some ways to buy some food that is more appealing to me, that's imported and affordable. But it only took me 5 years to figure it out. How many cheeseburgers have you had so far? I've been following Bernie May. How many cheeseburgers have I had? I think I've had like 3. I had one patty melt that was a real disappointment. I'll pay you a finder's fee for supermodel. I think we might be crossing a line there. I started an article when I woke up about the Philippines president's stance on drugs. Yeah, he's always had that stance. Oh, thank you very much. No apologies needed. What have I missed? Is the meetup off? No, meetup's on. We're rocking and rolling. All right, Greg, get some sleep. In fact, I'm going to have to bail out of here pretty soon, too. Glass half full mental health is as good as it gets. You got that right. I am. But absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Greetings from the Bay Area. My wife and I really enjoyed your dad. What a character. Thank you. Boy, I've never gotten such a big response about a video as with my father. That's awesome. I'm going to run through some of these comments, kids, because I got to get my gig going here. I didn't know so many people would be on. There's 421 people here with me. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So let me go through some comments. As usual, I'm going to miss most of them. I'm trying to find some people that haven't, let's see, got questions, by the way. So all of you guys that were watching my dad's video, I really do want to express my thanks and gratitude. Hi, dog. I'm going to the Philippines tomorrow. Good on you. Best deal in Vegas has got to be that $5 bus pass. They have a $5 bus pass, eh? I'll buy into that one. I didn't know about that, but I'll figure it out. Because that's all you need to do, really, is just kind of get from here to there, right? One area of town to another. I'm assuming that's what it does. And then you can just hoof it from there. Let's see, I built a house for the family in Cebu, but when I retire, I think I'm coming to Duma. I know my way around because of you. Yes, Cebu. I was in Cebu for a night, and I met up with Sean, by the way. If you don't know Sean, he's a boyfriend of Short Province Girl. And him and I only had 30 minutes to talk because he got there late and I had to get to the airport. And I was asking him about Cebu and the condo style living and everything. And I knew after 24 hours of being there that Cebu wasn't my thing. I would not be happy living there. You'd have to be in one of those pockets like Mocktown, Newtown, which is really nice. Kind of reminds me of this place, to be honest with you, with all the perfectly manicured lawns and all the expensive coffee shops and all that kind of stuff. But that's exactly what I was trying to get away from, when I moved. So that would be in Cebu. I've already made my mind up. Is going to be one of the stops for May and I when I get back. We want to do some island hopping, but I also want to go to Cebu with May and stay at an Airbnb in that area, that Mocktown, Newtown area. I think it's nice. Take her to some malls, some restaurants for her. not for me. I'm getting that out of my system now. But let her run around up there, see how the other half lives. But I know that she wouldn't be happy living there. I don't like living um, in a high rise. I don't like that feeling. See, I'm watching this famous video of Paul and his father after this for sure. Yeah, right. This is the best promotional video for a video I've ever had. Maybe my hamburger video will pick up after this. I always go to Hawaii, take a break, and then fly to the Philippines. It's more expensive, but so much more enjoyable. And I've never been to Hawaii. It's one on my bucket list, though. Late getting on. When are you coming to Vegas? I'm coming to Vegas on Monday in 4 days. How are the ladies in America? I don't know, man. I just, the only observation I've made about people out here so far is that they're a lot bigger than I remember. I mean, the men, the women, just tall. Women are tall out here. You know, I'm used to 5 years of women being 5'2". May's 5'2", and she's actually kind of tall for a Filipino. Most of them are about 5 feet tall. And just the size of the men, too. The men are more my stature. I'm 5'7", and that's basically what the men are out there. But out here, there's a lot of 6 foot tall plus men and women, and I've seen people that are pushing the weight limit pretty good too. Has Philippines the only place where a white guy can walk into the mall and all the women? That doesn't really happen. Well, maybe it just doesn't happen to me. Yeah, well, I'll take that back, Paul. You're right. Is when I first got here, that happened a lot. I've been here. When I got to the Philippines 5 years ago, that happened a lot. What I noticed in Cebu was there was a lot more attention in that direction. But all the little kids were looking at me in Cebu like they'd never seen a foreigner before, which surprised me. I think that in Dumaguete, it doesn't happen to me very much anymore because I've been there so long and people have seen me before. So it's not like I'm a new guy. Yeah, you'll love it. Enchiladas are sounding good too. Open a Sophie account in addition to the Charles Schwab, both reimburse. It's good to have a backup account, not put everything into Schwab. Yeah, I'm not going to put everything into Schwab anyway. I'm just going to open an account and put some dough in there and get an ATM card. And then I'll figure out how much I want to transfer. The only reason Charles Schwab appeals to me is the ATM aspect. But it occurred to me that, you know what? I almost never use an ATM out there. I have a bank account with May. We have a joint account that we have an ATM with no fees. We've never used it. It's just kind of like a little emergency fund that we've got set aside. This is Alan from South Carolina. Stay in the Philippines where it's free and you can actually live and be happy. God bless. Remember me when I come. Alan from South Carolina. Okay, Alan, well, you just come and remind me of yourself, and we will make that happen. I'm bumping through some comments, guys, because I'm going to have to unwind here in about 15 minutes. I've got stuff I've got to take care of. Hello and good day from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. I love watching your informational channel. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you, Ryan. Hi, Paul. Did you? No. I'll do that in Vegas. I'll want to walk into a brick and mortar building. I'm trying to set up my Medicare, Medicaid stuff out here. That's what my project is after this. So I'm going to take my sister out to eat, and then we're going to come back and do a little work on the computer. And then I'm going to have the meet and greet, and I don't know how long that's going to be, but I'll probably be tired after that. And then see how far we can get with some of these other little errands I've got to run. Togo's Eatery, pastrami number 9 is delicious. They are there. Togo's Eatery. Pastrami number 9. Togos. I wish I had my pen here. Togos. Okay, I got to remember Togos. What's your plan for quitting smoking? That's an excellent follow-up. Yeah. Actually, I do have a plan for that, and it's 10-minute increments. And I don't like to talk about it a lot before I actually do it. But it was like the diet. I didn't mention I was going on a diet. I went on a diet. I succeeded at it, and then I mentioned it on some other channels. So it'll be the same thing with the smoking cessation. Once it's done, I'll do the video. Thank you very much, Alan. Prayers are always welcome. Good point. Activity is the key. I've seen people when they retire, they start to die. I don't want to bring it down, bro, but just what I've seen. God bless you, man. Stay active. Well, I think people get a loss of purpose when they retire. And I think it affects men a lot more than it affects women. Women have a tendency to have more of a social circle already built in, where men don't. Now, there's guys that live out in the Philippines that I know that their life out there is almost a reflection of their life out in the States. They play golf. They've got money. They play golf. They live on the beach. They pay $2,000 a month rent because they got this whiz-bang place. And they drive cars, and then they have their gin rummy, and they have their other thing. And that's awesome. I mean, they're just doing it out there than in America. It wouldn't be my thing. It would be, to me, that would be more Groundhog Day stuff. Because if I lived in America, could I play gin rummy? Sure. Could I play a round of golf? Probably not, because it's too expensive. So there's things I couldn't do here or there. But I think that the key, especially for men, is staying busy. And people say, how do you stay busy? People have written to me and say, hey, once I get set up, I'm afraid I'll get bored. Well, that's your fault, because there's always community outreach. There's always mentoring that you can do. Maybe you have a certain skill. Maybe you're an excellent welder. Maybe you've been a successful businessman. Maybe you own businesses. Maybe you're a plumber or a doctor or whatever. And you can always mentor someone below you and help somebody. I guarantee you guys, there's nothing more satisfying than helping someone. Paul, don't forget to have a big juicy porterhouse. You know what? I'm going to wait for all that in Vegas. There are some YouTube videos that my sister turned me on to that I didn't even know existed. And they're like foodies that go out and eat at all the, the buffets. And the guy's really funny. This guy just eats a bunch of meat. And his wife is a Filipina. And they run around and eat. And so my sister turned me on to that, and we've been watching it. And so I think I'm going to look into some videos on YouTube about cheap places to eat or best value in Las Vegas. Because believe it or not, I lived in Vegas for 30 years, but I don't think I wandered other than work, I didn't wander more than 5 miles from home. Because I was a family man. I was raising kids. I was taking them to school. I was going to work. I was coming home. So roaming all over the place, looking for restaurants and different things just wasn't on my radar back then. I wasn't at that station of life. And now I am. So I can do that. This is my own little recon mission, actually, if I think about it, because I definitely do want to get May over here at one point in time for her to see America. It's just so freaking complicated to get a Filipina across the border. If you need a ride when you arrive at the Las Vegas airport, let me know. Well, I won't be arriving at the Las Vegas airport, Philip. I'll be arriving at the bus station downtown, I think it is. So yeah, I could use a ride to somewhere if you're around. Look, you know what though? I think I get in somewhere around midnight. I think I leave here at 3:45. It's 10 hours to get me from here to Vegas. And I'm pretty sure it's like midnight or 12:30 in the morning the next day that I get off the bus station. So I was just going to take a cab and bite that bullet, the quickest way to the hotel. 30 bucks, 40 bucks, whatever, just do it. And, or an Uber, something like that. Let's see, what about some of them do not allow you to go out of the country without charging you an arm and a leg. They don't tell you about that. It's hidden in the contract. I would not probably be able, I'm not sure if I could rent a car, period. Because I have a Filipino driver's license. And I don't know if I'm going to renew my Nevada driver's license or not. I don't know if there's any point in it. Since I'm not going back, I was thinking about doing that, but that's usually just for voting and jury duty, right? So I don't particularly need an American driver's license unless I was moving back here. Don't forget to go to Fremont Street. Yeah, Fremont Street will be a place I'll go. I am 65. I thought I might have 10 more good years. After an interview with your dad, and I do a major change in that. Now, what are you going to do with the extra 20 years? I'll be honest with you, Batgirl. I didn't think I'd be here at 50. No one's more surprised that I'm here at 67 than me. I have an extra bedroom in Henderson if you need. Well, I appreciate that, man. That long flight is a killer. Yeah. Coming out here was long. And it was long because I got to the airport super early in Cebu. I got there like 2 hours earlier than I needed to. I didn't know it would be such a fast check-in. I mean, once we got past a couple of little, not really road bumps, it was just some questions they asked about my PCR test and verification. I was cool for school. So I was chilling it for 2 hours there. So the Professor, food is what we do. It gets life boring. Thanks for your service, Dad. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I will use that today at In-N-Out Burger. How's that? Came here to California, and I will carry you out to dinner. All right. Carolina. Haley B's in Vegas. All right, guys, it's 11:30 here. Welcome back, Paul, but that's the road rage and stuck-up women in America. I haven't experienced any of that. I am going to sign off, guys. I know it's not fair. I haven't gotten through a ton of comments. I never will, but there are just too many things to do. I'm shocked that this many people showed up at this time. I really am. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'll put this up as a video and you watch the rerun. I'm very, very sorry that I did not get an opportunity to answer all of the comments, but I never do anyway. But remember to hit the like button, even if you don't like me, because it's free. Okay? I'll see you again, and I'll probably see you from Vegas. So take care. God bless.